Hey, welcome to Classic Performance. We're back again with another Cadillac, another Fleetwood Cadillac, another Cadillac bodied by Fleetwood, and this one is a 1964. If you watched our previous upload, you would have seen our 1941, and today we're in an all-original driver. This car is just a driver. 64 Cadillac Fleetwood, and we'll take a quick look and a quick walk around it, and then we'll take you under the hood, look inside, we'll look inside the trunk, see what's in there. But this car, I'll give you a couple details on it. 4,680 pounds curb weight. The vehicle length is 223 inches. I'll give you a demonstration of the length of that in a minute compared to another vehicle. And this has the optional 429 cubic inch, 340 horsepower Rochester 4-barrel carburetor. We'll take a look at that, and a lot of other neat options. This car has almost every option on it except for the driving lights down here. So that is our Cadillac Fleetwood 1964. Let's take a look at it. And you know, this is 100% a driver car. This is an everyday driver. You take this car to McDonald's. You go ahead and take this car to the Napa Auto Parts store. It never likes to pass a Napa Auto Parts store because you always need something. And of course, you know, as you drive this car, you will always need to stop and get gas. It passes everything on the road but a gas station. So you're going to want to stop and get some gas too while you're at it. You know, there's no denying this is a very long car. And what I want to do to demonstrate it, we got the vintage Bronco out too. So we'll lined up exactly at the front of the Cadillac and the front of the Bronco. You know, there's no trickery here. I mean, obviously you can see they're lined up exactly. And I come down the side of the Cadillac. You got one door, you got two door, you got four windows there, all power. Come to the back of it, and here is the end of the Bronco, right across here. So I've still got this much more Cadillac to go before I catch up to the Bronco over there. So this is an extremely large and long car, and you can imagine the two-door, how long it would be in terms of the quarter panel. So if you're riding in Cadillac style, this is Cadillac style, long and lean. So right under here, you've got, right between this bar, you've got a little lever you move to the side, and then you've got a release right here that you put your finger on, safety catch, and then you just lift up this massive hood, and there is your 429 Cadillac V8. This car does have an alternator in 64. They've already gone to alternators. Your air conditioning compressor. This has been checked out okay by Cadillac. I don't know if it's still okay today, but there's your air conditioning compressor, vacuum actuator for your heat and air and vent doors. And come on over to this side, power steering pump right here, our distributor. This is our cruise control. This linkage goes to the throttle. You've got some other speedometer cables and so forth, but this is the transducer for the cruise control and what controls the cruise control. And I'll show you the controls for that on the inside. Of course, I said power steering, and we've got vacuum assisted power brakes, power drum brakes all the way around. So, and it very nicely too on the valve cover here, we've got the Cadillac script, vacuum canister, a vacuum storage tank right here, and just an all original 429 Rochester 4-barrel Cadillac motor. These motors were exclusively Cadillac. They weren't shared through other GM divisions. So this is a Cadillac specific 429. We'll take a look up under the front here too. Air conditioning condenser. This is your dryer. Your Freon sight glass right here. And you got your high and low horns, and you've also got a trumpet down here. That trumpet very well may be for an alarm if this car had an alarm on it. But we'll go ahead and close her back up and take a look on the inside. So the one thing you notice when you first open the door here is, of course, you've got this beautiful wood grain trim, and I'll just give you a look at the controls here. This is your door lock. You've got electric door locks in all the doors. This is the remote right here for this mirror, so it remotely controls this mirror. These are your seats. you know, the tilt up and down, your tilt here, you got a forwards and backwards. This is a 4-way switch. And these are all the electric window controls. This one here is emergency. I don't know what that means. You can lock the windows, normal. So you've got a selector switch right here. You notice you have 2, 4, 6, 8 switches right here. The reason you have 8 switches is because each door on this car has a vent window and then just a main window. So this is your vent window, main window on the front door. And the back door, you've got your main window and vent window for the back. So you can control up to 8 windows right here from the driver's control. This is your release to get out of the car, and your handle, which Cadillac is noted for many years, as having a pull bar handle. As we look here in the interior, you know, of course, just your traditional sweeping speedometer. You have your automatic dimming headlights, and I'm going to show you something on the front fender. I'll walk out there right now. If you look on this front corner here, you've got a clear piece of plastic or glass right here in this corner. If we come over to this side over here, we've got a piece of trim. So what this is on the driver's side is a photo sensor for automatically dimming or dipping the headlights when oncoming traffic is seen. So that oncoming traffic is seen by that sensor up the front, and this is the automatic dimming headlights. So you've got off and you got far over here. You can fine tune this for when you want those headlights to dip, or you can just pull it on traditionally like this and have your headlights come on manually. I talked about the cruise control. Right here is the cruise control. So you have a way to lock it with this lever right here. You can do off, on, and lock. So you dial in the speed in which you want you to be cruising, and we can go all the way up to it looks like 80 miles an hour. So we can cruise this car up to 80 miles an hour. I don't think I'd want to be in it going 80 miles an hour with a locked cruise control, and that right there is the cruise control for the car. This car also has the option of automatic headlights, so it'll turn the headlights on, turn the headlights off as needed. And you know, it's like, well, that's very common now, but it wasn't back in 1964. You got this little dial up here, and it says early and late, and this is another sensor. You can turn this and dial in the sensitivity of when you want your headlights to come on, depending upon how dark it is. We'll see if we can give you a better view from the outside right here. Maybe not. But that right there is the photo sensor eye in the front, and then in the top of this dial right here is what you turn, and that's what senses daylight and when your headlights are going to come on automatically. And of course, you can turn them on as you need to. Now, this car also has the climate control in it, so you have it in automatic or automatic and defrost, and you just dial in the temperature right here, 70, 65, of where you want the temperature to be in the car. This has also the off, low, and medium and high 3-speed wipers, and then the wash right here. So as I press the wash button, it automatically turns this switch on, which turns on the headlights. And of course, you've got your radio right here, your clock, fuel gauge, generator light, trunk warning, and your oil level. This car has a remote button in here for the trunk, and it also has a key, but standard was a remote for the trunk. And as you can see, our courtesy lights do work here. There's one on this side, and if you come over to the driver's side, you've got a courtesy light here too, and the doors are open. So in the glove box here, we've got a button right here, and I press that, and you can hear that. It's a vacuum. You hear this, it's a vacuum operated trunk release for the automatic remote trunk. So that's pretty much the interior layout of the Cadillac. And let's go take a look around the outside and maybe take a look in the trunk. And of course, our trunk is popped now, so we just reach right here, lift it up, And as you can see, it's an enormous trunk. Very nice size. We've got our jack here, our bumper jack, what this is very common back there to have a bumper jack, and just ratchet this up with the tire iron. Here's our tire right here. We've got a beautiful spare tire, and as you can see, it is a power cushion polyglass bias ply tire. So that's exactly the tire you would have had back in the day, bias ply tires. And of course, you want plenty of spare parts, oil, water, everything else. Brake fluid important when you're going down the road in the Cadillac, because you just never know in these old cars. It might all of a sudden say, hey, I need this or I need that, and that happens. It's going to need a lot of gas. You're going to pass everything in this car but a gas station. So anyway, we were probably going to take this on a quick ride here in a little bit, and we'll probably have to stop and get some gas too. I think it's interesting to point out the tail fins here too. This design, obviously these tail fins have gotten smaller. 1958 would have been the, or 59, I think it was 58, the biggest year of the very large fins with the double bullet lights on them, and they were about this tall right here. But they have come way down by 64, and this is just your tail light right here, the sliver. And the sliver design has been very iconic of Cadillac, even today, with the long, straight, slivery tail lights, but almost non-existent fin now on this car by 64. So that's a quick look at the outside of the Cadillac, a little walk around, the interior components and dash, under the hood, and the trunk. So let's do this. Let's just take a quick ride around and kind of demonstrate to you how the car operates on the highway and some of its road manners and things like that. So let's hit the road in the Cadillac. So this car, hot or cold, starts incredibly well. I just reach in here, turn the key, and she's running. So we'll just go ahead and put it in gear and ease on down the road. So we do have a little engine noise. I hope you can still hear me over that. A little bit of an exhaust leak, but like I said, the car just floats down the road. I mean, when you talk about the ride in a Cadillac, this is what you expect. And you know, this is a full frame car. This is a full body on frame, so it rides incredibly smooth and floats down the road, even as old as it is and as original, with still the original suspension and what's left of the kind of the bushings of the front end, but it absolutely floats. We got our turn signal on. I don't know if you can see it in the top of the brow of the fender there, but that's your turn signal indicator. And we're going to just take a left right here. And this power steering on this car, you can steer it easily, as you can see, with just one finger. Very, very light steering. Absolutely no road feel at all in this car. So that's going to do it for kind of this edition of Classic Performance in the 1964 Cadillac Fleetwood. I hope you enjoyed the walk around and even the short drive. And if you like classic car content, particularly 1964 Cadillacs and vintage American cars, sports cars, German cars, British cars, subscribe to the channel, hit your notification button, and you'll be notified when we have more content coming up like this. So take care, have yourself a great day.